Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Heat notes by Sacho, Powell, Christopher, Swider, Williams, Stevens, Rozier, Jones. The Heat have officially promoted player development coach, Dan Bisaccia, naming him the head coach of the G League Sioux Falls Skyforce, according to a team press release. Bisaccia, who is also currently serving as the Heat's Summer League coach, has been with the organization for 10 years. Former Skyforce head coach, Kasib Powell, is joining Erik Spoelstra's staff as a player development coach. We have more on the Heat. Josh Christopher has averaged 21.5 points, 2.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and 2.0 steals in 2 Las Vegas Summer League contests. Christopher, who appeared in 138 games with Houston from 2021 to 23, had a two-way contract with Utah last season but was waived before seeing any NBA action. The 22-year-old is trying to catch the attention of the Heat or another team in his quest for another NBA deal. "I'll do whatever it takes to get back to where I need to be because I know I belong," Christopher told Anthony Chang of the Miami Herald. "I'm extremely hungry." Cole Swider and Alonzo Williams, who finished last season on two-way contracts, are also on the Summer League squad. Both players are unrestricted free agents after Miami withdrew qualifying offers to both players last week. The Heat have filled all their two-way slots, so Swider and Williams are also trying to earn another NBA contract, Chang writes. Both players have yet to sign a standard NBA deal in their careers. "I've learned not to expect anything. I've learned that throughout this whole entire process of being an undrafted guy, getting a two-way, getting cut last year, coming into training camp and nothing was guaranteed, getting a two-way," Swider said. Undrafted Colorado State guard Isaiah Stevens has made a favorable impression in Summer League action. He racked up 11 assists with only one turnover in 27 minutes against Boston over the weekend. "First and foremost, it's doing his thing, not listening to me, being who he is, being a player," said Bisaccia, per Ira Winderman of the South Florida Sun-Sentinel. "He does such a great job of getting our offense organized. I have complete trust in him with that." Even if the team hadn't traded away Kyle Lowry's expiring contract as part of the Terry Rozier deal last season, Miami's offseason moves wouldn't have looked much different, according to Barry Jackson of the Miami Herald. The Heat still wouldn't have had cap space even if they had held on to Lowry's contract, plus the non-taxpayer mid-level exception wouldn't have netted them anyone as good as Rozier, Jackson notes. The Heat had strong interest last season in point guard Tyus Jones, who remains on the free agent market, and had talks with Washington before landing Rozier, Jackson adds, but there's no realistic pathway for Miami to acquire Jones now. Josh Christopher was in the gym at 11 p.m. the night before his massive Summer League performance. The Miami Heat are known for adding young players who have incredible work ethic to their roster. Before an incredible performance for the Heat during the NBA Summer League on Monday night, guard Josh Christopher was reportedly in the gym until late Sunday night working on his game. Former NBA star Jamal Crawford shared the news in a social media post on Tuesday morning. Christopher entered the NBA in 2021 as the number 24 overall pick in that year's draft. He's bounced between the NBA and G League since then and was added to the Sioux Falls Skyforce earlier this year. Now, in the NBA Summer League, Christopher is having his time to shine. In Monday night's victory over the Oklahoma City Thunder, Christopher scored 20 of his 23 points in the fourth quarter. The young guard was scorching hot from deep, going 6-for-8 from the three-point line. "My teammates setting me up," Christopher said of his impressive outing following the game. "It got to the point I was just feeling unconscious. I just trusted myself and let it go." It looks like Christopher is not only an incredibly hard worker but also a truly humble young man. that combination can be a major asset for players looking to work their way up in the NBA ranks. For the Heat, they are no strangers to finding diamonds in the rough. Over the last several seasons, NBA fans all over the world have grown accustomed to previously unknown and undrafted players carving out major roles on the Heat's roster. Players like Duncan Robinson, Caleb Martin, Gabe Vincent, and more come to mind. While Christopher did not enter the league as an undrafted player, it is likely that many had forgotten about him until Monday night served as an impressive reminder. Christopher does have ample experience at the NBA level. In his rookie season, Christopher played in 74 games for the Houston Rockets. He averaged 7.9 points, 2.5 rebounds, and 2.0 assists per game. In the following season, Christopher's numbers dipped to 5.8 points, 1.1 rebounds, and 1.1 assists per game. He's played in the G League since then. However, if he continues to play like he did on Monday night, it seems reasonable to assume that he'll be getting another shot at basketball's highest level in the near future. Caleb Martin reveals why he left Heat for Special 76ers squad. Although the Philadelphia 76ers edition of Caleb Martin is not as big in magnitude as the Paul George signing, it accentuates that splash and everything the Sixers have going. It takes more than just stars uplifting those around them to win at a high level in the NBA, those around the stars must help them, too. That's where Martin shines. Daryl Morey, the Sixers' president of basketball operations, called Martin a battle-tested performer who has elevated his game when his teams have needed it most in the team's official announcement. After 3 seasons as a key player on the Miami Heat, the 28-year-old Martin is set up to be one of the most important fixtures of Philly's supporting cast. Adding to the intrigue of the 76ers signing Martin to a 4-year, $32 million deal is the fact that he signed for much less than the Heat offered him. The team that had developed Martin into a high-quality role player after scooping him up from the Charlotte Hornets wanted Martin to opt into his $7 million player option and then would have signed him to an extension worth $65 million over the next 5 years. Martin bet on himself but couldn't find a deal as lucrative as that one. A believer that everything happens for a reason and that life is about taking risks that both do and don't work out, Martin isn't letting the money he left on the table weigh him down. Just certain things didn't work, Martin said of his departure from the Heat. There's a lot of things behind the scenes that went on. Ultimately, there was a lot in making that decision and there's a lot that contributed to how everything went. But, past is past. Can't do nothing about that and, like I said, I'm looking forward to being here and being a part of Philly and trying to bring everything I can in order to try to win a championship. That's my main focus now. With his twin brother Cody Martin at the 76ers practice facility with him, Caleb discussed his excitement to join the Sixers, where he is expected to be a starter. He reflected on his previous matchups against the Sixers, particularly those in Philly. The last time I was here, I think I gave the fans some chicken, Martin said, referring to the time he triggered Chick-fil-A's Brickin' for Chicken promotion by missing 2 free throws in the play-in game. The intensity from Sixers fans isn't quite the same as the Heat's military-level strictness, but being accustomed to the taste of impassioned scrutiny makes him excited to play for Philadelphia. They'll let you hear it whenever you playing bad, too, Martin said. I like to think that type of pressure is good for you. So, I'm excited. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Caleb Martin? Leave your opinion in the comments.